How about my dearest YouTube friends? Today we are in a new video and college. In the title, we are going to make the way to the banquet. Because yes friends, there are literally a month and a half left for this great banquet of 2025 to begin. In this case, I want to show you how many runes we will be able to get until the banquet event ends. Because yes, friends, we have seen each other since last year. The 2024 banquet began on December 20th, 2024. In this case, on December 20th. It's the the second week of December this year. Then maybe they'll spend it a little later. What we do know is that this event lasts 15 days from the Great Banquet. Therefore, we would go on January 3 more or less. Therefore, here I am going to bring you a great Excel. Well, to see how much you can get from today, November 17 until December 31. In terms of runes, okay, taking into account Super Sun events, any type of Radiance store, then friends, we are going to take into account absolutely everything is okay because each rune counts for this banquet because it looks like it is going to be a banquet quite top. Okay, in this case, I am going to show you the east one here, the one I have put. You have this one above. Even so, I have to tell you that this Excel is in absolutely all the videos. He's in last tier list, okay? The one that says tier list in the description of the video, you can go, okay? But first, friends, I make a small announcement. I'm on Black Friday from November 1 to 30. I have up to a 50% discount on absolutely all missions in the game. And if you want, for whatever mission it is, you have the link directly in the catalog description and my personal WhatsApp. So if for anything you need some, you have my catalog and my WhatsApp there. Okay, once the spam is done, we can already be starting. Okay, in this case, I have posted the video in mid-November because in the end, it is a key date. People are now relaxing. You are already having a little more time. You are thinking about vacations. Work is no longer so strong. Therefore, you can get very hard on the arenas. Okay, in this case, you are already seeing that I have put you because a series of characteristics of, for example, November 17 to 30 is exactly the middle of the month of November. Therefore, how much are we going to take into account? First, the calendar is valid. In this case, the November calendar. We would stop at these 30 runes and these 40 runes. Therefore, a total of 70 will be following the daily super event. In this case, we always have to do it every day because we have a few days left to do. Here we have the daily super event in which they always give us 30 runes at the last milestone. In this case, we have 14 days left for the super event and daily. Well, 30 by 14. Today, they give us a total of 420 rules. I remind you that the value of the crystals of the upper banquet, which if I remember correctly, were 300 rules or 350 rules in the month last year. Therefore, for example, there we have a couple of crystals. What else do we have, friends? Well, the Radiance store is very important, friend, because in reality, the Radiance store, so friends, in the Radiance store, which in theory changes again in 12 days, you are already seeing that there are 750 runes. Better in this case, the Radiance coin, you have to be farming in battlegrounds to be able to also get it in alliance gestures and so on. So this item that you are not seeing right now is very important because it is 75 runes for 10 that you can buy 750 runes, but it is not bad at all. What more, friends? Well, we have the daily missions, okay? From Monday to Saturday, I remind you that we have 5 missions, okay? But there are 6 missions, okay? We have it here in daily missions, that in this case, we are on day number 4, okay? I have already done it, okay? And here, they always give us 15 runes. In this case, since there are only 2 weeks that we can be doing this until the end of November, well, it gives us a total of 180 runes, as you are already seeing here, minus the one on Sundays, that here is where this little chest puts in this case. That's twice they give us 70 runes. Well, there are 140 runes. And finally, the monthly supervision is worth it in this case. Well, maybe you already have it done or not me. In this case, well, I haven't done it and I'm still getting it. Well, all the runes in total are 150 runes. It doesn't matter what monthly super mission makes it either brave or lower. Okay, what more friends do we have? We already get into the topic of sand. Okay, in this case, well, no, I'm not counting today's. Okay, this week's that I'm seeing, which is the lizard But they already start from Monday the 17th. In this case, we have the Catalyst Sand, that I remind you of the Catalyst Sand because only the one on Sundays is older. And in this case, up to Objective 8, you can get a total of 30 runes, while 2 sands every 2 weeks are 60 runes. Then we have the basic sand, that in this case, well, the basic sand is this, where in this case we have Captain Marvel, and I am already seeing the number of runes that we can be getting, that in this case, well, there are 4 sands. For the 2 weeks, we can provide a total of 540 rules. The same with the 4-star arena, which is what I don't usually do, okay? Because I'm very lazy that you are here. There you are seeing that in this case, they are also giving us runes. And since there are 4 sands for 2 weeks, there are 1080 runes, okay? And the last highlighted sand, which is in this case the lizard one, gives us the same thing. Okay, that's 4 sands for 2 weeks, so 540 runes. The friends here already give us a total of, for example, without making any sand, which is normally what I usually do, time for only basic highlighted sand depending on the time you have. Because with everything you are seeing here in the calendar and so on, you could be getting 1,710 runes in these 2 weeks that remain of November. While if you give the basic and to the highlighted sand, you will be able to get 2,790 runes in the rest of November. But friends, it doesn't stay there because if you already do full sands, you are already seeing that with the highlighted sand, the 4-star one, the catalyst one, and all the others, well, with that, you are going to get a total of 3,930 runes in November alone, the remaining 2 weeks. Hello friends, here as we are watching the Roast Your Banquet, I have also taken into account December because as I said at the beginning, the banquet begins on the 20th and ends on January 5th. Therefore, all of December counts the greatest number of possible runes. I remind you that there will be milestones, there will be good rewards for runes. So friends, I recommend that you do everything I am going to tell you again, friends. Let's start with the Super Daily Event Calendar Store, Radiance Store, Daily Missions, Sunday Missions. Monthly supervision, here every friend is already complete because each rune counts worth the catalyst sand. In this case, since there are 4 sands per month, it is already doubled. There are 120. The basic Serena is 10 to 80 as you are seeing on the screen. The 4-star sand is 260 runes and the 8 sands per month of the highlighted sand are 1080 runes. It is also worth then in this case, friends, farming the runes in a month. In simply December, they will give us 2540 runes, which is what you divide by 300. Ruras, which is what the major banquet crystal costs, and they will give us a few crystals. Okay? In the end, what I want you to know is that you want to know how many ruras you can get to see how much you can advance in the milestones of the banquet. Then friends, we have the free-to-play, but basic and outstanding is valid in this case because we include the outstanding sand and the basic sand that must be made the 8 sands. The minimum integers are 4,700 runes, which is a quite high number, quite strong, and finally friends. By doing full sands, you can be getting almost 7,000 runes. It is worth in this case catalyst area, 4-star flower, outstanding and basic, a total of almost 7,000 runes, 6,980 in this case. Friends, I have not taken into account, well, what it has been on the gold track and the platinum track because there will be a few runes added. Why am I not taking them into account? Because it's basically been impossible for me to analyze it. I think there are 260 runes out there, another 10 runes. Then we will also have a little more runes here at the end. Then here also at the end in free-to-play form on the gold track, you will also be able to get. So important here, what happens that I haven't taken it into account because in the end, I bought the enhancers to get Spider-Man. Well, I haven't been able to take it into account. Therefore, friends, we already have the total accounts of how much maximum runes we can be getting in these 3 types. Okay, without making sand, you are already seeing it. I'm going to put a little juice so you can see it better. Here we have it to look at. Here we have it without making runes. Without making sands, which in the end is what many people achieve. They usually do it, okay? In this case, I am between without making sands and the base minimums that stand out. Because in November, we are going to be able to get a total of 1710 runes. And in December, 2540, which makes a total of 4250 runes, which I am going to quickly put into the calculator, which in this case will be 4250. Among the 300 runes that each crystal costs more or less, there are 14 crystals in free-to-play form, okay, then friends in making the minimums of basic and outstanding sand. As I told you before, in November, we will be able to get 2,790 runes, and in December, 4,700, which gives us a total of 7,490 runes. That is in total, I'm going to say it right now, 7,490 runes among 300 runes that the crystals cost. Well, 24 crystals, which is actually quite powerful. And with that, you will surely achieve most of the milestones of the banquet. Okay? And finally, we are going to the strongest thing of all, which is making full sand. It is true that it is very matador to make the 4-star arena, the basic one, the outstanding one, the normal one, very complicated. Okay, but if you succeed, to reach a significant milestone of 10,910 runes, you would need a total of 36 banquet crystals to exchange effectively. I've meticulously calculated all the figures for you in this guide to help streamline your approach. Let's strategize together to get the best rewards out of this banquet event. Still, if for whatever reason you want to look at what you have to be getting the ruins and so on, you have, as I said again, the Excel in the description of exactly all the videos in a tab, okay, in which it will be called Farmeo Road, your best said road, your banquet, okay, and for whatever reason you have all the figures here, okay, then friends, I hope you liked the video and above all gave it good support because lately the YouTube algorithm is very crazy. Please like the video, leave a comment, even if it is absurd nonsense. May we be on the YouTube wheel again. So friends, you would have liked the video, suggest in you are, and see you in other videos. Bye bye. And before finishing the video, thank you very much to all of you who are members of the channel, to JP, to Elian Ramirez, and Oscar Salmeron for being VIP, sorry, this November 2025. To become a member, you have it in the video description. Thank you all very much. Before